Hi. Okay, I know some of you are looking at the title and are like, Snow Spire's back after months of nothing. Wait, K-pop, what? I wasn't expecting to do this either, but the way I work, I feel uninspired for months on end, and then all of a sudden I crank out a video in less than 2 days. So, if you haven't left and unsubscribed already, let me tell you about how I, Snow Spire, got sucked back into the world of K-pop during quarantine. So way back when I was like 12, both my mom and I were casual listeners of K-pop. We listened to a lot of EXO, 2NE1, G-Dragon, but I wasn't like a die-hard stan or anything. I didn't even know what that meant. I didn't know what bias meant, and I didn't follow anybody on social media because I was 12. I didn't even know any of the members of the groups that I did listen to, and for the most part, I thought of them as any other people. For now. Fast forward a few years later, and I'm 15. I'm sitting down doing homework or something, I don't remember, and I put on a random SoundCloud playlist of upbeat K-pop songs. My favorite song at the time was I Want You by SHINee, but like I said, I didn't exactly know what that was. But then, this happened. A few of you might have heard of this group. You know, they're gaining popularity nowadays. Let's see, BTS? Interesting. Okay, so I didn't know who BTS were because at the time I was living under a rock and didn't care about anything that was related to Minecraft or... What did I like when I was 15? I liked Voltron a lot. Needless to say, I didn't know what I was getting into, but all that I knew was, oh, I liked that. But then for some reason after that, I never really gave a second thought about it because I just wasn't sold yet. Although, not too many days later, I'm listening to K-pop on the TV, and this song comes on. Mic drop. Wow, that was a really enjoyable song. I wonder who sings that. Wow, those songs were pretty good. I wonder if they have any other songs that are like that. I mean, it's not like I'm a stan. I clicked the music video for DNA because prior to that, it never really registered to me what they looked like, even though I saw mic drop, I wasn't paying attention. But let me tell you, I saw Jungkook do the whistle part, and something about the way the camera shots were executed where it does that thing, plus his smirk at the end. I pretty much ascended, and boy did it only go downhill from there. I thought to myself, I'm screwed. I didn't know any of their names, but this dude literally busted my door down, yeeted my weave off my head, and threw it into the sun to burn. But even with this, it still took me a lot of years to get back into K-pop. Until this year, in about May. This is the last thing that I remember before I fell down the very deep, never-ending hole. I remember browsing around on Pinterest or something and seeing a screenshot of this guy, and he was very eye-catching. And what do you know? He was from the very famous BTS video that seems to attract most new members nowadays. You guys know this one. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. You probably know where this is going.
Let me preface this next part by saying there was a real reason I realized that Emirichu, who has already done a really great video about this, and I almost had
you
the
can't
same
gym out because
awakening, if you want to call it.
Go watch her video. She made a really great video. Let me preface this next part by saying there is a real reason why people say the famous saying, once you gym in, you can't gym out. Because I remember being silent pretty much the whole video staring at Jimin. That was it. From that point on, I was in ARMY, and now I had a massive crush on Park Jimin. This is so embarrassing. So he was my bias with V as my bias record for the first few months, but then, I don't know, Suga came from my neck one time, and then he was my bias, and then Jungkook came with his amazingness, and then Jin, and then RM. I don't know, something about the way RM speaks is so nice. Like, he could be talking about chairs, and I would probably still listen because yeah. But then in comes mother-freaking J-Hope with his sunshininess and his overall loveliness. And I was a goner. So now J-Hope is my bias, and I have a hoodie and everything, and RM is my bias wrecker. However, BTS is not the only group that has captivated my heart this quarantine. Okay, it's just BTS. There's no way I'd find another group to fall in love with. Stray Kids. If there was a group I'd say I'm the most connected to and that I feel at home with, it's definitely Stray Kids. Stray Kids it's just that group. I'm still kind of a baby stay because I only discovered them in June when God's Menu came out because everyone and their third cousin was talking about this member named Felix. And I was like, who's Felix? Twitter knows everything, so naturally I searched Twitter for the answer instead of Googling, as you do. Oh, this must be him. He's pretty cute.
Like a chef, I'm a 5-star Michelin.
Oh boy. You are telling me this dude has a voice that could rival Mufasa, is gorgeous, have you seen his freckles? They're like little stars. And he's 19? And he likes Fortnite and But of course, after watching God's Menu, I learned everyone's name in a week, fell in love with all their personalities, and listened to almost all of their music, including 3 Racha tracks. I was very busy. Man, I really do adore them so much though, and I always look forward to watching Changjim every week. Speaking of which, can we talk about Bang Chan for a second? I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right. Chan is like the most inspiring and amazing leader I've ever seen. He is the kind of leader that I want to be. I don't really like being in the forefront or the spotlight because I work way better behind the scenes, but Chan is just out there, just doing it, just being great. I love Chan. He's been my bias forever now, and there's just so many reasons to love him. He's great. They're all great. Wow, I got really off track. Anyway, needless to say, your girl is whipped for several people that don't know I exist, but sometimes it just be like that.